Reflective materials supply chain management. Factory climate control. Container containing reflective materials recommended to be stacked to bottom, middle layer than the top to avoid direct sunlight to heat up the container. Truck must have proper covering like wing body apparatus to prevent dramatic temperature drop or humidity permeability. Garment manufacturing facility and building must have climate control and proper insulation to prevent the dew point is reaching. Individual customer must store their washed and unworn garments in dry condition. Upon receipt of the shipment cargo, please place and store it under the following conditions. Warehouse requirements: a fully air-conditioned space with a humidity level maintained below 50%. Recommended humidity, 50% 10%. Dew point: ensure the cargo is completely free from the dew point to prevent any moisture-related issues. To ensure the longevity and quality of your final garments, it is essential to adhere to this important notice throughout your entire supply chain management process. Reflective tapes, regardless of the base fabric, which are coated with glass beads and aluminum vacuum evaporation, can be naturally and chemically damaged to high humidity and elevated temperatures. This is a general characteristic of these materials. For a clearer understanding, please refer to the illustration above showing the structure of reflective materials. Analysis of humidity and dew point impact on retroreflective materials. A more quantitative and scientific approach would suggest that, in addition to high temperature and high humidity, sudden heavy rains or cold air near the dew point causing a drop in temperature have a more significant impact. For example, the feeling of heat and sweat is a result of a combination of high temperature and relatively high humidity. This phenomenon can be easily experienced throughout the year in the summer rainy season in Japan and Korea, or in tropical regions of Southeast Asia. During most of seasons, but more relevant between April to November. Does this apply only to humans? This also affects the storage and manufacturing processes of fabrics and films. Humidity should be interpreted as relative humidity and saturation humidity, and these two are closely related. In particular, reflective materials are composed of at least 6 to 10 thin layers, including adhesive, primer, and aluminum vacuum metallization layers. All these layers are affected by relative humidity and dew point. If the temperature and humidity are not properly controlled and the dew point is reached, serious damage can occur to the final product. All these layers are affected by relative humidity and dew point. If the temperature and humidity are not properly controlled and the dew point is reached, serious damage can occur to the final product. The aluminum layer may oxidize, reducing its reflective ability, and the retroreflective performance may disappear after washing. It can also be easily scratched with a fingertip. The fabric absorbs dew, weakening its structure, and the surface coating of the reflective material may be damaged. What is the impact on the material? High humidity and high temperature become very sensitive when it rains. When it rains, the humidity rises sharply to 80 to 90%, and when the temperature drops quickly, the dew point interval becomes very narrow, causing dew to form immediately. At this point, a chemical reaction begins, and rusting starts. The effects of changes in the dew point, high temperature, and humidity are as above. It can easily be scratched with a fingernail even before washing. The adhesive weakens after washing, causing peeling and fabric thread fraying. The aluminum layer oxidizes when exposed to water, causing the retroreflective performance to disappear after washing. Solutions and recommendations. Equip industrial dehumidifiers according to the warehouse space. Install air conditioner to make a directed temperature. Building materials for warehouse and workshop shall be properly insulated against humidity and temperature exposure between outside and inside. Commitments to close the door or window all the time except only the necessary moments to open them. Double door system will also help to maintain stable temperature and humidity.